Happy Thursday, guys. So today we are going to do lesson 3 in our unit 7. We're going to split lesson 3 into 2 lessons, so today and tomorrow, because it's a really long lesson. It's actually 6 pages long, and that's a lot of information for you guys to do in a day. So I'm going to do 3 pages each day. Okay, so today we're going to work on talking about, let me get the title of the lesson, customary units of weight and metric units of weight. So kind of what we did yesterday. Okay, so I want you to think for a minute about any time that you might have had to weigh something in your life. Okay, so take a few seconds, pause the video. You don't have to write anything down, but I kind of just want you to pause the video and think about any time that you might have had to weigh something in your life. Okay, so take a few minutes and think about that. So some examples you might have thought about where you've had to weigh something is maybe you've gone to the doctor and the doctor told you to get on a scale and so they could see how much you weigh. Or if you go to the grocery store with your mom and dad, you might have weighed some fruit like a banana, or maybe you weighed apples to see how much how many apples you needed. Okay. So I want you to think about this question. What is measured when we weigh something? Okay, so that seems pretty simple. When we weigh something, we're trying to figure out how heavy an object is. Okay, this next question should be pretty simple too. What tool do we use to weigh something? Okay, we all should know that we use a scale. Okay, and if you go to the doctor, they might say step on the scale, or if you go to the grocery store, your parents might say go use that scale to weigh this. Okay, so we use a scale to measure stuff. My last question is, what units are used when we weigh something? So this one can be kind of tricky. We use multiple ones. So the ones that we use are pounds, which is right here, ounces, and then we use tons, which we don't see tons a lot, but we'll see that in the later in the lesson. Okay, so this is what I wanted to look at right now. So we have 16 ounces equals 1 pound. And so this is really hard to do when I'm not in person with you guys, because if I was in person, I would have you weigh stuff so you could see the difference, but I can't. So I'm going to give you 2 items that you could, if you have in your house, to go weigh to compare them. Otherwise, you're just going to have to really use your brain on this one. Okay, so think about when you are talking about a pound. So a pound is about a football. So if you ever held a football that is used in the game of football, that is about a pound. Okay, and then if you had 10 pennies around your house, you could put those 10 pennies in your hand, and that's about an ounce. Okay, so you need 16 ounces to make 1 pound. So if you had 10 pennies to make an ounce, you would have to take 10 times 16, which is 160. So you would need 160 pennies just to equal 1 pound. So think about that when we're comparing in the next page about ounces and pounds. So like I said, it's 16 ounces to a pound. And sorry, it's not 160 pennies for a pound, but 10 pennies is an ounce. Okay, so to get 16 ounces, you would need to take 10 times 16 to figure out how many pennies would be to equal a pound. That's 160 pennies. So you need 160 pennies in your hand to make 1 pound. Okay, sorry, I misspoke. Okay, so just want you to keep that in mind as we're doing the next couple pages, just the next page, maybe 2. Okay, so I'm going to hop on to the next page since I have time left on my timer, and you will need to be on page 443 for our lesson today, to start off our lesson. 443. Okay, so remember, I can't write on this. Oh, wait, I can. I forgot I can write on this. So it says, choose the unit you would use to measure the weight of each object. Oh my goodness. Would we use a pound or an ounce? So a backpack full of books. And actually that is ending my time. So we will start the next video with this question. So just be prepared with the next video for page 443.